Hello, and welcome to Pushing 40 on Blitz. I am the Desert Fax because I am just a poor copy at best. Today we're going to go ahead and look at a review of the Rheinmetall Skorpion G, one of the turreted Tier 8 tank destroyers that people love. Now there are two camps. Um, Pretty much there's the SU-130PM lovers and the Skorpion lovers, and I'm sure there are people that love both. Um, I'm a personal fan of the SU-130PM, but I've never had a Skorpion before. So since it appeared in the shop, I picked it up. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of replays. So I saved a couple. Here we go. Lagoon. So this was just in my first couple games. And I'm sitting here and I know it's got no armor. You just get HE'd everywhere. Like, if you're like me, the minute you see like a Skorpion, an SU-130 PM, the Waffle series, anything like that, you just hit your HE. It's like, I'm not going to shoot him in the tracks. I'm going to shoot him in the hull with a turret, and we're going to do some damage, buddy. And it's glorious. So I know I'm going to get shot, and I'm sitting here thinking, so it should be pretty zippy and have some speed and mobility, and it just doesn't quite have the power to weight I was expecting. Yes, I'm getting ahead of that IS-5, but I mean, this doesn't even quite seem like medium mobility, and just barely in the medium realm. Now it tops out at 45, which is good. Like, once you're up to speed, you can keep on moving. Team splitting up. Let's go spot at least. Sure enough, we do have some tanks coming in there, and they haven't seen me. I'm very surprised. So I've got two tanks up here with me, and I just don't quite have the gun depression I want. The angle's not there. I was expecting a little bit more. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to expose myself. Take your shot. That was sweet. Unexpected ricochet there. That never happens. That happened that one time. I asked him paying attention. He's letting me back out. No, unfortunately, I take a second round here. Watch, this guy loads HE. There it is. 558. It's like, God, I'm just a one-shot to those heavies now. At this point, it's not that I want to abandon the IS, but I know if I try to stay behind him and try to climb up over that and shoot, no, I'm going to get shot, and I'm worthless at that point. If I can't shoot at them, I'm just worthless. So I relocate. I want heavies in between me and the opposition. I need to have it. Made a mistake. They got him first, but we were all there. You need a definite front to fight behind. Preferably. I noticed the Indian Panzer. I'm like, oh, he's not playing peekaboo. That man just took the high ground and is staying there. So he gets a shell right into his chest. Bam. And he doesn't back off either. He's saying, I'm going to stay here. I traded with him. That was worth it. It was risky, but it was worth it. Now I don't want to get shot again for sure, though. And it seems that second round taught him that lesson, at least for this game. Throw around there just in case I am not rewarded with the notification that I destroyed a tank. So, okay. Let's see what else. Like, this I always found an interesting but limited position. I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. Can't see much. But it was one of those few situations that gives me a chance to look around the battlefield. I can respond to a couple different directions, but wait a second. Hey, buddy. Round number 3, third time's a charm. He goes down. Yeah, you're going straight? All right. I will go ahead and come around behind. I'll tell you, what I do find is that the gun on this is like a cannon that shoots as straight as a laser. Once in a while I get trolls, but it's rare. I mean, those shells just go where you want them to. So that was a good game. I'm like, I took some rounds right off the bat and had to play very careful, but you should play careful in a tank like this. I mean, you should play careful in all tanks, but it's not one where you can just roll forward and take a couple hits. I mean, 2 hits can end you. You have a large caliber HE shell, it's just over really quickly. So we're going to go ahead and run one more here, dead rail. At this point, I'm feeling better about the tank. It doesn't have the mobility that I expect, but other than that, knowing that I'm dealing with it, I'm like, okay, we can make this work. It helps influence the fact that you want cover. You don't have the mobility to deal with getting rushed, so you have to make sure that you are in a position that you can defend, or that your allies can help defend you. This is a very early temporary position that I'll take. Some people like just stand there to their death, and no, it's not worth it. This gives you a limited range on pretty much the middle to this side of the hill. It's always a little bit risky going through this area because there's so many lines and spots between train cars that you can get spotted. And it just takes going through someone just slipping by a tiny little sliver of space to spot you. And oh hey, hello there, sir. It hit, just not quite where we wanted. A little bit more speed would have been wonderful. Now Chi Ri, that's a juicy target. So take a quick look over just to see what's going on there. And hey, there's that Chi Ri. Still got 2 people focused on the guy. And let's end it. Chi Ri goes down. I was hoping that they'd be able to push that SMV. You can never count on teammates these days. I don't know that you ever could. I shouldn't say these days. Sometimes you get really great guys, sometimes you get even mediocre guys, but as long as you have some common sense and competency, and we're down 1, that's not exciting. Man, I don't want us all stuck back here. Then we don't have anyone spotting, no one to hold to give us good shots into the flank. That IS is creeping around. I'd love to get a shot into the Skorpion G, and guess what? Right there. See, that was an HE shot. This time, we slapped that round into the IS. We're waiting. I'll give a chance for people to spot for a while, but ultimately, if I need to go hunting, I will. Ricochet right onto the top of his upper glacis, which is angled. Though he knows that anybody can shoot him once and he's gone. So he went into survival mode. So now it is 4 versus 3. Now it's 3 versus 3. Spotted, so I am backing up. IS showed up. I don't know if it's because somebody was hunting him. I think he poked because I appeared on the map. I think he poked and got spotted, and so he backed up again. But please, that works. Give my teammate a little bit of a thumbs up. Give him an affirmative. We approve. So, not a good spot for me. People are in the cities. After a while, you kind of get used to it, and you know crossing certain areas leaves you open. IS-3 knew it, but he also knew he could take a round. Fixer is circling and being smart. He said, no sir. I'm not going to stay here and get into a gunfight at the OK Corral. So I decided, I've got full health. There's no reason why I can't run out here and take a round and trade. Our E25 goes down, but I still have the fixer. And they're down to this one last tank. This is one of those moments as a tank destroyer you need to realize, no, don't sit here waiting for him to roll back. You've got to go forward. I'm not saying I couldn't have taken it one-on-one, but that's a crucial skill with a tank destroyer, is learning when to move. I'm not saying I know when to all the time, but I definitely hit those points where I'm like, no, I'm not going to get shots here. And sometimes you give up shots by moving, but it's important to be active. Second class mastery, people are happy. How did we do on damage on this one? Oh, like 1,700? No, there we go. 3,000 with 4 destroyed. That makes a lot more sense. And that was just staying hidden most of the time, trying to get those snapshots. It's not that you should do this all the time, like I said, but that's the way that you should probably run the Skorpion, at least until it's time to get out into the face of the enemy. So it is in the shop right now if you decide to get it. I do think it is an excellent, excellent tank destroyer. I'm still going to be playing it, but I do prefer the the SU 130 PM. This is my baby. I love this thing. It's got everything I want. I mean, if it doesn't really need armor, it would be unfair to give it armor, actually. So, but nothing wrong with the Skorpion G. I'm very happy with it, and like I said, I'm going to continue using it. So if you like this type of content, go ahead and like and subscribe. It helps the channel. It gives me encouragement and lets me know I'm doing the right things. If you have any comments on the way I play, any suggestions, telling me, hey, don't go up there this next time, go do this, let me know. Telling me these things are how I learn more about the game. Sometimes they give me ideas or make me say, hey, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, let me try going low. Or, So, until next time, I wish you good battles. I wish you good sportsmanship. This is the Desert Facts, signing out.